Hi there, Mythfits. I hope you are doing well today. It is the end of the first quarter of 2020. We've seen 3 months go by, so it's time for me to do another status update. Before I start talking about what I've done and what I'm working on, let's talk about the big giant Q in the corner of the room, which is quarantine. And I have been quarantining at home for about 2.5 weeks now. And this is just, I don't even know how to describe this. It's definitely the defining event of our lives. Like we're living in a Hollywood movie. I wish I had words to say other than I hope that you are safe and you are healthy and that you have what you need or have access to it. And above all else, stay home. Don't be a vector. Let's end this thing as quickly as possible. While we were all stuck inside during this quarantine period, I thought I would start sharing more writing tips. Like I did that a lot last year, but this year I was kind of trying to get away from that and get to more about my story worlds and delving into those. But since a lot of people are stuck at home and maybe have more free time than usual, people might be starting to think about writing and trying to do something creative to fill the time. So I'm going to start posting more about writing. So definitely subscribe to my blog or my newsletter if you want to get updates when I share writing related things. Now, on to what I have accomplished so far in 2020. First, I wrote a short story in the Forgive My Fin series, which until now has been only for my newsletter subscribers, but in a couple of weeks, it's going to be live on my website for everyone. And so I'm going to tell you about it. It's called The Making of a Merman, and it takes place like immediately after the end of Just for Fins in the Forgive My Fin series. And it stars Quince Fletcher and is all about, this is going to be a spoiler if you haven't read the series, it's all about his transfiguration ceremony. So, how he is going to be turned into a merman. So, as soon as that is live on my website, I will be sharing it, and you should definitely check it out. The second major thing that I've accomplished is that I have finally finished self-revising the Corals novella in the Forgive My Fin series. I wrote that, now it feels like ages ago, and was having a really hard time doing the self-edit. But I have finished that. I have sent it to my beta readers. I've gotten some good responses already. And so later this month, I'm going to dive into revising it, and hopefully it will be available soon. Another big project I am working on and will still be working on for probably the rest of the year is updating and upgrading my backlist, my self published works. And the first one that I have done is Pretty in Pearls, which got not only a little bit of a cover tweak, I changed the color of the font and it looks so much better. And I upgraded the files and stuff a little bit, but I've also made it available for the first time in hardcover. Isn't it so pretty? And it's got this beautiful pink interior inside case wrap that matches the pink on the cover. So that's available now. I'm almost done with Goddess in Time, and that's going to have a hardcover as well as updated interior files soon. And then I'll be working through the Darkly Faced series. And of course, one of my biggest projects of the year, a personal project, which also relates to a writing project, is reading the complete works of Shakespeare. It's a project called Shakespeare 2020, and the gentleman who runs it has made a schedule for all of 2020 to read every single one of Shakespeare's works, which is all of the plays that are generally assumed to be attributed to him, and also his poems and sonnets and narrative poems, like everything Shakespeare wrote. So I came in a little late, so I've missed the three Henry IV plays. But other than that, I've kept up, which means I have read 9 Shakespeare plays so far this year, which is phenomenal. I'm so excited. And finally, I want to talk about the things that I am working on or I'm about to be working on. First up is my next creative writing project, which is Griffins Novella. So Griffin Blake from the Oh My God series, if you've read Goddess in Time, you know at the end that he has something to do, and this story is about that thing that he has to do. I've started it. I've not really outlined it. I just kind of had a starting point. So I have a few thousand words, and then I am working on finishing it this month during Camp NaNoWriMo, which I'll link below if you want to participate. Camp NaNoWriMo is different than regular NaNoWriMo in that you can choose your own goal. Like you can write any kind of project. It doesn't have to be a novel, and you can choose your own word count and length and deadline. And so it's much more flexible. So I am finishing Griffins Novella for Camp NaNoWriMo. I am also super close to launching my own online store, the official TLC store. I decided with this whole quarantine situation that now is as good a time as any. I'm going to launch it with just ebook versions to begin with, and then we'll be adding hopefully audiobook versions, which is another project that's on my upcoming list. And then when things get back to normal, I will add in physical products too. But it's about to launch, so stay tuned for that launch announcement. And finally, I have a new secret project that's not a creative writing project, but it's something that hopefully a lot of you will really find useful. And I can't really say more about it yet until I know for sure exactly what it's going to entail, but stay tuned for that soon. So, in sum, I've had a successful 2020 so far, and I'm in quarantine with everyone else in the foreseeable future. And I've got a lot of things going on that I'm working on that hopefully you will see soon and hopefully you will enjoy. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay home, and stay magical.